Y'all just bear with me. I'm making sure everybody has the opportunity to be able to check in. Y'all know I'm here live at the rodeo once again because it is that season. It's definitely go time here at the rodeo. So just give me a couple of seconds and we'll be right with you because I'm just saying live. It's about to be live right here in Houston, Texas today. Okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I do have a very special guest that I'm going to introduce to you later. I know you can probably see him already, but that's okay, KK, because I'm just saying live is here for you to provide you the best in edutainment. Period. Okay. So today we have a really great show planned, but I get to play by myself today. Bridget had some other plans, so we're going to do it just like this. Now, remember that this is episode 101, so I am glad to be back here presenting myself to you, if you will. Remember that this is my form of current events from back in the day, so I make sure that you know everything that's going on and what you need to be chatting about around the coffee pot at work. So while the tea is still brewing, let's jump right into this thing because we got a lot to talk about today. On today's agenda, we're going to talk about Rodeo Houston 2022 Black Heritage Festival went down. Okay, everybody was here. We'll talk about just how many people were here, the different artists and stars that were here presenting themselves to Houston, doing their thing right live right here at NRG. Listen, also, it is definitely spring break time. These kids are already about to kill me, and I know they're about to do the same thing to you. So I'm going to make sure that you know about a couple of activities that you can do with them this week, including the rodeo. I mean, there's art here, there's games, there's rides, there's animals. You can't beat it coming to the rodeo. Okay, now you do need to be prepared to spend a little coin, but nothing's wrong with that either. If you got it, you got it, you know. So we have some special guests coming on today, Mr. Troy Barrett, who's going to be talking about the Crosby Zydeco Festival. And we also have Johnathan Mark that's going to be on. Johnathan Mark from Trill on Wheels. Okay, so we're going to have our entertainment news and, of course, Tennille's touchy subject. So let's get right into it. I also want to thank Frost Bank for our weekend recap. I want to thank Frost Bank for having Bridget and myself out the other day. We had a really, really good time over at Frost Bank that provided us lunch, talked a little bit. You know, we have to start mingling with, you know, these different circles, and we were able to meet some really great people, hopefully be able to get some funding for some new business ideas that I have coming up. So I can't wait to share those with you, especially if I get the funding. So I wanted to thank Frost Bank for having us out. Also, let's get to this rodeo talk. Now, Troy, I see that you're there. Were you able to make it out to the rodeo for Black Heritage?
No, I wasn't able to make it, but I heard it was off the chain.
Oh, let me tell you, I have seen so many pictures posted and different things going on from people being out here that night. It was so crowded. They sold 73,000 tickets to Black Heritage Night, which is the largest performing night so far. Okay, so this was last Friday, ladies and gentlemen. This is the largest night. A lot of people were worried because, you know, it was Bun B. You know, they were thinking that if it wasn't a country and Western artist, not many people would show up. Not the case.
Was that the largest audience that they've ever had? Did he beat Cardi B?
I don't think that he beat Cardi B because they said the largest for this year's rodeo. So they may not have beat Cardi B. I can't remember what her number was at this time, but when I say it was packed, it was packed. A lot of people were very upset when it came time to go to the hideout, which is the after party. Lots of people couldn't get in. They were holding people out. I had never seen that happen all my years of Rodeo Houston. So that was a lot.
That's the part I hate I missed. I'm normally in the hideout.
Yeah, I love to go to the hideout. Leon Chavez, who is also performing at your event, you know, that we're going to be talking about, was performing in the hideout this year. So I was real happy about that. But I'm going to finish talking about my weekend before we get into who my special guest is and what he has to talk about. So, ladies and gentlemen, 7-on-7 is still going on. Do you know anything about 7-on-7 football, Troy?
Oh, yeah.
It's fast paced. I love it to death, but y'all taking up my Saturdays, and y'all know this is, I'm just saying, I'm gonna keep it real. I don't know how these parents constantly get out here. You know, this is a new thing for me with the sports on the weekends. Every weekend we got to be out
Every
here.
weekend. Yeah,
Every
every weekend.
single weekend. And
Yeah.
these parents are so serious about playing time, about, you know, the activities, the outfits. You know, we got some new uniforms that are not our regular season uniforms that look like tights. I don't like my sons in tights, but this is what goes on in 7-on-7, okay? So it's a lot of some funny things going on. I'm loving the experience of having my boys. You know, they're there on the same team. You know, sometimes I'm trying to record one's play and I miss the other one's play, and they're like, well, did you get mine? Mommy can't record everything. I'm gonna just have to sit a camera and let it record the whole game or something. I guess that's why parents used to do that back in the day.
Right.
Listen.
Yeah, I had to go through all that myself.
Oh man, it's hard trying to figure everything out. I'm gonna have to start taking some pointers and lessons from people like you, you know, that done got it down pack and, you know, moved on from having to do that every single weekend. I'm still in the thick of it, so pray for us.
No, you just getting started. You just getting started. That's not including the other sports they're gonna be doing.
I said, if they decide to play two separate sports, I ain't gonna know what to do with myself. I'm gonna be lost. Okay.
You're gonna be split.
That part, trying to run from one thing to the next. So spring break is this weekend, and you guys know that during COVID, my family just fell in love with Lake Conroe. So we go out to the lake house on the weekends. My kids are there right now waiting to go fishing. This weather in Houston has been all over the place, has it not? It's gone from freezing cold on Friday. Last night, there were reports of hail in certain areas. There was rain, thunderstorm, and lightning. I'm like, what is really going on? March Madness does not just mean basketball. Right now, it's all about this weather. The weather is all over the place. Okay. So we're going to hope that all simmers down, because we've got
get out of here.
Get out of here, okay? Because
get out of here.
Outdoor festival that is going to be like no other. That's going to be coming up. We got Mr. Troy Barrett here from the Crosby Zydeco Festival. We're going to go ahead. We're going to jump right on into this, and we're going to talk about it a little bit because there's a lot of history behind this thing. Tell us a little bit about why you decided to start the festival, and we'll build up into now. But let's talk about why you decided to start it.
Well, I actually didn't start it. My good buddy, he's deceased now, Willie Dalcourt started it.
Okay.
But I got the bug. I got the Zydeco bug, and it just never left me. But I'm the type of guy that if I'm really interested in something, I got to take it over. Got to take over spirit. Yeah. So I was going to the Zydeco Fest, and then he stopped doing it. Some other guys picked it up. They dropped it. And I'm like, you can't let an institution just stop like that.
Right.
So I jump in. I couldn't just go to a Zydeco Fest. I had to learn how to put one on. So I jumped in both feet forward, and now here we are. This is actually, had I not stopped it 5-6 years ago, we would be in our 30th year.
You know, and I have to tell people a lot of times when it comes to something like this and jumping in and taking over, you know, a lot of people have been born into the culture, you know, because of where they're from, different things like this, or their families dragging them into things. I'm going to say this real quick because, you know, of course, I'm just saying, and this is my opinion about it. When someone falls in love with something and they decide to adopt a culture themselves without it being grained in them to family, I almost feel like they care about it more. They start harvesting it more than the people who were born into it, because they a lot of times lose interest, you know, because they have been pounded over the head with it. It is not something that they chose to love, if you will. How do you feel about that?
Well, you're exactly right, because that's kind of like a twofold comparison what you just gave. My family on my dad's side is from the heart of Louisiana, Opelousas and St. Martinville. But my great uncles and aunts, they're the ones that used to listen to it. My dad didn't necessarily, he listened to it with them. Okay. So when Bojack came along and Boozoo Chavis started getting popular again, and Step Rito, those three right there, when they in 1990, 89, somewhere in there. I mean, it's been infectious to me ever since. It's been ingrained in me. I can't get along with that.
Okay, yeah, I
So
am
much.
exactly the same way. When I migrated to Houston, if you will, man, everything got off the chain. I started experiencing all these new things. My mom is, was raised basically in Longview. So she probably has a
Mhm.
lot of it in her culture. I definitely tasted in the food, the way that we cook, things like that. But when you start going to those Zydecos, the trail rides, which we want all of y'all to come out to the show, because you're going to see both of us there. And we're very excited about that. It's the Crosby Zydeco Festival. Your tickets are online right now. You need to go and purchase them and make sure that you don't have to worry about that at the last minute. The event is coming up. It's going to be March the 26th. Come fall in love with Zydeco all over again. Like he said, this would almost be 30 years for just this one festival, the largest festival that I know of for Zydeco, if you will.
It is. It's the largest one in Texas and Louisiana.
Okay.
When I stopped doing it 5, 6 years ago, it was rated #2 in the nation.
Okay.
#2 in at Zydeco Fest in the nation.
Which
So we're
means,
gonna take
guys, that we accept all cultures and creeds. Okay. We
exactly.
don't care nothing about that. So all my friends out there who are thinking they might want to dabble in a little bit of Zydeco, you come right on out.
Bring it on. But let me tell you, this thing is known for its food.
Mhm.
It's world renowned for its food, and we've got some great, super fantastic vendors out there. We got Turkey Leg Hut. We've got for those of you who've heard about Turkey Leg Hut but never experienced it, they'll be there. We got Gumbo Supreme. We've got Fleur
Now look,
Delicious.
y'all, I've been asking him for a list of these vendors, baby, because I need to know who's there so we can shout them out. We're gonna make sure that we tag them after this video is over. I'm gonna make sure that I tag them in this so that they can know that they were shouted out, to know that Crosby Zydeco Festival is giving back to their business as well, because we want y'all to come out there, sample that food for the first time, taste a bunch of things while you're there. Because like he said, there's gonna be all types of vendors. Tell us
Crawfish,
Tell us a little bit
crawfish,
more about this
crawfish,
food. Yes.
and more crawfish. And then we've got Nisi's Soul Food. We've got
Okay.
I got a guy coming in today with Tennessee hot chicken.
Okay.
I mean, we're running the whole gamut of everything. We got
So see, I
etouffee
wasn't lying
gumbo.
to y'all when I said that people came from a long way just for you. They want you to taste their food. They want you to experience their culture as well. And that's what this is. This is a festival of culture. Okay.
It's a cultural festival.
That part, that's definitely what it is. You're gonna get to try all these different foods. You get to be around your people. You need to bring your whole squad. Okay, we want to see you and your whole
Yeah.
squad. We don't care if y'all matching or not. We want y'all to be looking good and come on out. What you got to say about that?
Speaking of that, I had a guy email me yesterday saying he has family coming from Dallas and Tyler, and he said the entire East Texas knows about it. They're coming. So we're gonna probably break. We're gonna claim that we're gonna break some numbers next weekend.
Okay.
So come early. You can bring your chair. No coolers allowed. We got plenty of drink and eat there. So no coolers, no tents, but you can bring your chair in.
Okay, so are we doing campers and all of this? We spending the night out that thing since it's 2 days, or how's that work?
You can bring your RVs. We have limited RV hookups.
Okay, so you need to book
Well,
those now too, ladies and gentlemen.
limited RV hookups, but yeah, we do have them. And you can still bring your RV out and come on out and camp. You can stay overnight. We'll have security overnight also.
Okay.
But the main thing is we're going back to the good old days. This
Yeah.
festival has bridged gaps between people who hadn't seen each other in high school for 20 years, hadn't seen family members in 20 years. I've had people playing their family reunions out there. It's a cultural event. It's a Creole culture event. All these Louisiana folks with Babineau, Arsenault, Snow, Hitterdoe, all these different names, Gallo. It's a true Creole heritage event, and I'm so excited to be back.
So tell us about a couple of before we get into the bands, because I want to talk about the bands too, just for a little bit. Tell us about the different activities that are going to be going on the grounds over the course of the weekend, outside of the food, outside of the music. What else you got going on? Because we talked about
Well,
the dance competition.
Yeah, we're gonna do we announced yesterday we're gonna do a dance competition on Saturday.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I'm even gonna have the little kids out there.
Oh, that's super cute.
That's cute. So the thing about it is, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it the right way. We're gonna start ingraining this Zydeco back into the young folks, so
Yeah.
they can make memories and come back and want to come back the next year. Kids tickets are from 6 to 12 is $5. 5 and under is free. Anything over 12 is an adult ticket. $25 at the gate.
Okay.
You can also go to Eventbrite and get your tickets. Just type in Crosby Zydeco Festival and buy your tickets there.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
listen, let me tell you why this event is special, ladies and gentlemen. You know, a lot of times you're paying $10, $20 to get in these clubs. Okay. You are seeing one band. If that, you might just be getting a DJ. But over the course of this weekend, let me think, how many bands is it?
It's 8. 5 on Saturday,
8. You get
3
8
on Sunday.
bands. He just told you how much it was. You said how many on Friday?
On Saturday, it's 5 bands.
Oh, on Saturday.
On Sunday, it's 3 bands.
Okay.
But on Sunday, it's a legendary day because we got J. Paul, Lil Nate, and Rose of the Day. That's never happened.
What you say never happened. He has created a very special show for you guys of industry greats, if you will. These are people who are not just here in Houston, not just Louisiana, but travel all over the world, given the Zydeco culture. Listen, so on top of that, we've got Leon, we've got Raylan, Lil Jab, Noonie. Let me see. What's his name? Assassin of Zydeco. What's his real name? I can't remember his name. Kevon. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we got them all in the building. You need to make sure that you come out and support these guys. Let's talk a little bit about during COVID and the culture of Zydeco for a little while had kind of dwindled down. People were not supporting as much, and that's why it's really, really important that you guys come out. These guys are trying to make a resurgence. It costs money to travel right now the way these gas prices set up. Look.
Well, the thing about it is it got watered down and diluted.
Yes.
And that's another reason why I stopped doing it 5 or 6 years ago, because there was no respect for it. The bands were playing, they'll play for you tonight, play for me across the street the next night, and then make their money on Sunday at another club where you can get in for free. Well, you dilute your own culture.
Right. You might as well wait. You might as well wait till Sunday to go hear them. And that's probably what
for free. Exactly. So I think it got trail ride made it burn out a little bit, but this is not a trail ride event, and it's nothing against trail riding at all. This started out as bringing home the culture from Louisiana to Texas and having a straight music festival, and that's what this is. Okay. And I want to thank Zydeco Events, Zydeco Takeover, for his help and hand and help push this thing. Also, I want to thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Tennille and I had a conversation about, she said she would never leave me. She said that she can be right there with me, and I appreciate that. So I'm going to give you your props right now.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, things like this are things that we need. Whether people know it or not, this is a cultural event. This is how we continue on the history of what's going on, knowing those Zydeco bands, allowing those kids that, because a lot of them have kids that perform now, and it's so cool to be able to see, people passing things down. But if nobody's coming to listen and they lose that piece of culture, there's no more accordion, there's no more drummers, we need the arts. This is the arts. Dancing.
We've already lost the language. The Creole language. I mean, I would love to have the economy that we have today and live in the French culture the way these kids grew up. I mean, well, my parents watched his parents grow up.
Right.
But we don't have that anymore. But at least we can preserve the culture and the heritage, do it the right way, not just be out there trying to make money. I don't put bands on that don't have CDs. I put bands on that are trying to push the culture, not just playing somebody, not just trying to push somebody else's music. And I'm not popular for that amongst a few of them, because they feel because we're friends that I should put them on, but I'm not. No. Yeah. What are you doing? You just want to make a check. I don't look at it like that.
So if y'all didn't get what he's saying, this I'm just saying, and I'm gonna clear it up for you. If you are a cover band, or if you are a
Right.
performer, period, that is covering other people's material and not creating a product on your own, he prefers to go with the people who are being the creators, who are
And
bringing culture to new levels and doing new things with it, because a lot of times people get ridiculed for changing up, using more certain instruments more than they do other things. And it just is what it is. I like when they do a little change up every once in a while.
well, that's why this festival is also known for bringing new acts to Zydeco. I'm the first one to bring Lil Nate
Okay.
to Texas. Leon
And,
Chambers, I
and, and
helped
he is
his
one of
career.
the, and if y'all don't know anything about Zydeco and the culture of Zydeco, Little Nate is one of the most popular bands here in Houston right now. I don't know about across the world. He travels, he does, cruises and all this different type of stuff. But here in Houston, he is one of the most popular bands out right now.
Yeah, and
I
so
attribute that to consistency. He does have a really great band. His father probably also had a lot to do with teaching him how to
yeah,
navigate the music industry. So I'm happy about that.
he I was glad to have him, and he's such an appreciative young man. Um, he and I don't have any problems at all, and I thank God for that. But I'm happy. Like I got Kevon Pickens and Raylan Blake on this year, two new guys. That's what we need. I refuse to just put these guys on just for the heck of it. I'm not doing that. So these guys that they're hungry, they're very appreciative. They're playing Zydeco. Okay, so it's a little bit more edgy than what I was used to, but
Right.
still, they're trying, you
Mhm.
know, and that's what it's
They're
all
putting
about. They're
their
trying to
they're
make a
putting
name
their
for
own
themselves.
funk on it. They're putting their own funk
Yeah,
on it. So it
and
is
so
what it
and
is.
yeah,
And they have a whole following of their own. So, we can't say, because a lot of times our parents used to listen to things that we didn't feel like, oh Lord, here they go again, type
here we
thing.
go.
That's how everything migrates. And so I'm here for it. So I'm glad that you've got the old school and the new school all together. Tell them again where the event is, when the event is, and what's going to be going down.
Well, it's the biggest, baddest Zydeco Fest in the South, number one. We're back. We're back to the good old days. The Crosby Zydeco Fest, March 26th and 27th, 2022, at the legendary Crosby Fairgrounds. We have brought it back for you people who this festival is just like Christmas and Thanksgiving coming. It's ingrained in people. So now we're back and we don't plan on going in. We can only grow from here.
Yeah, that's
We,
the key right there. You can only grow from here. Where can they follow the Crosby Zydeco Festival on Instagram or social media platforms?
on Instagram, they can go to the Crosby Zydeco Fest. They can also go to the Lord and Barrett Sausage. Uh, yeah, Lord and Barrett Sausage 11. They can go to Crosby Zydeco Fest on Twitter. They can go to Facebook, Crosby Zydeco Festival, and they can go to the website. If
Okay.
they want tickets, they can go to Eventbrite and then type in Crosby Zydeco Fest, get your tickets. Or you can call me at 936-253-4932 and get your tickets while they last. Otherwise, you have to pay at the gate.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are just clicking in, this is Mr. Troy Barrett. He is owner now of the Crosby Zydeco Festival. We'll say it like that. I want to tell them a little bit about you as well, because this is what I normally use as my small business highlight. He also has a business that's thriving and running right now. That's very, very popular amongst people who like to eat. So tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do in your everyday life when you're not pushing this Crosby Zydeco Festival.
Well, I have a sausage company named the Lord and Barrett Sausage Company, and it's the actual sponsor of the festival this year. I started making sausage in 2006. A guy dared me to make, he said, "You think you can cook so good?" He threw a deer leg on the table and said, "Make some sausage out of that." I had no idea how to make it. But like I told you, if I'm into something, I'm 100%.
Right.
If I think I can do it, you can forget it. I mean, who wants to? who in their right mind would put on a Zydeco Fest this big?
Yeah.
Who in their right mind would not know how to make sausage, but not only make it, but think it's good enough to beat whatever you're making and then put it on the market? So it's not so much that I have a big ego, but I have a lot of confidence in what I do. Mm-hmm. And so that's why my message.
Remember, there's a teaching lesson right there. You have to take pride in what you do. It doesn't matter how many people you try to tell, do it like this or the X, Y, and Z. If you don't take pride in yourself, it ain't gonna go nowhere. You have to take pride in it for it to be something.
Well, you got to take pride and you got to have faith in Jesus. And I'm gonna tell you, this festival has really, really, really stretched my faith because I have to rely on what God told me. When I tell you everybody has backed off, everybody has backed off, and I've never seen this. Yeah. But I have to keep focused on the festival. I mean, I've got the things that need to be taken care of. That's just the devil trying to mess with my mind because he knows what's about to happen. I mean, the word is spreading like wildfire right now, and I can't do nothing but thank the Lord. But to get back to me, you have to believe in yourself and whatever you're doing, and trust God, number one, and let Him bring everything that you have.
This the way up.
Oh goodness! Please mute your phone. Go ahead. I'm sorry about that, Troy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you have to bring everything that. You can't quit on whatever it is. It's not rough when things get cloudy and you can't see your way, but that's why you got to go by GPS, not the positioning system, but God's positioning system. That way you'll know where you're headed and lean out your own understanding.
Oh, and that's so true.
I want to invite everybody out.
There's been a lot going on, and a lot of people are recovering and trying to get back out there from these past 2 years. We're now leading into, the third year of this pandemic, if you will. Let's talk about that because he has put some things in place. They've got COVID testing on site, ladies and gentlemen. We can't forget to mention that as well. So out there at the fairgrounds, not that I feel like you're feeling a type of way, but a lot of people mentally, just need to know or want to know. So
we're not gonna stop you from wearing your mask. If you want to wear your mask, you can come on and do that. It's not gonna stop you from enjoying yourself and having a super fantastic time. I'm actually really getting excited now. Because we're 10 days out. It's been a long haul. I planned this 3 years ago, and then COVID hit. So now started from the bottom. Now we're here. We're back.
Yes.
And, what I want everybody to do, share this information. Yeah. Go to Crosby Zydeco Festival on Facebook and share some of the posts. That's all I ask. Share the posts. We want everybody out there. We want everybody to experience what a good time. The great bands we have, the music, the camaraderie. You'll go out there and see people you hadn't seen in years.
Also, remember that we do have VIP sections as well, okay? If you need to get a VIP, contact Troy, okay? Contact him, okay? Because that's what we're going to do. We're going to get you set up so you can be standing out amongst the crowd, if you will, because we know there's a lot of shiners out there.
Baby, it's you I see in the VIP.
So if you want to shine, make sure that you get a hold of him for that. So Troy, I thank you so much for participating. And I'm just saying live today, ladies and gentlemen, I know that he got a lot of work to do. Okay. So he can run this checkup right on this sausage. I'm trying to figure this sausage out as well. I need to know what kinds you got over there. Look, I can't wait to
I actually stopped making sausage to come do this interview. I got to go back and finish.
Okay, well, all right. I'm going to let you get out there and go on to your everyday, if you will. But thank you so much for continuing this festival. Thank you so much for being who you are to the culture. And we continue to support you.
I appreciate you. Thanks for, I know you, are you ready to host next weekend?
Oh, I cannot wait. Y'all better get ready.
Can't wait.
Y'all know I'm about to be acting the fool.
And then we got Chili Bill as your co-host.
Yes.
Jack Frost, the DJ, Jack Frost, he'll be there Sunday. We got
Yeah.
an all-star lineup for you.
I need to make sure that I need to make sure that I get with him. So again, ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be bands, and more bands. There is also going to be food,
and
and more
more food.
food. That's the best. Those are the best two parts. There's going to be dancing. This is a family friendly event. Okay, you can bring your
Yes.
kids with you. You don't even have to worry about that. There's going to be activities for them as well. Remember, you can get your COVID testing on site, and we're going to have some fun. That's what we're going to do most of all, and we're going to do it together. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you come out, support Mr. Troy Barrett at the Crosby Zydeco Festival, March the 26th and 27th. Okay, come on out, y'all. We can't wait.
And remember, share.
Share, and share, and bring them with you. We want you to put them in the car. Okay.
That part right there.
Put them in the car. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me today.
No problem. Thank you.
All right. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to keep this thing moving because not only do we have the Crosby Zydeco Festival as an upcoming event, I also have Tomball Rotary's Fish Fry. Okay. It's going to be right down on Main Street, April the 23rd from 4 to 8. Listen, we are trying to raise money for the charities that we do. We do a lot of different things in the community, and we would love for you to be able to help us out. We just want to sell you a little bit of fried fish. Okay. So I would be happy to see some people who look like me and who support me out at the Tomball Rotary Club's Fish Fry. Now they do this every single year, but I don't want you to miss this year because I'm gonna be right there with my smiling face, having an absolutely wonderful time and chilling with my people. April the 23rd, that's gonna be from 4 to 8 p.m. Okay. Also, I wanted to talk to y'all. One of my favorite comedians is coming to Houston again. April Fool's Comedy Show. Samoa is headlining the show. Okay, I cannot believe this. I'm super happy about it. If y'all want to run me some front row tickets, I would love for you to share those with me. Remember, if you're just tuning in, this is I'm Just Saying Live. I'm your host, simply Tennille. Please be sure to follow me on all social media platforms. Continue to share. We're really growing here at I'm Just Saying. And if you would like to be part of the live conversation, all I need you to do is contact me, 214-289-0195, or you can email us some information. I've been receiving some emails and I've been reaching out to some people to continue to bring you the best guests in Houston. We love catching up with Houston and surrounding areas. So that email address is I'm just saying live at gmail.com. That saying does not have a G. Please remember that when you're typing it in. I'm just saying live. We need you to share that Facebook page and ask people in your circle to like and follow it. I know a lot of people tell me they support me, but then they ask these crazy questions. Well, what do you talk about on your show? What do you do? Why don't you just watch the show, baby? I'm right here each and every Tuesday from 10 a.m. Okay, come rain, sleet, or snow, which it has done all this week right here in Houston. So I'm going to keep on moving because, I normally do news before I have my guest on, but this week was a little bit different because, of course, Troy had to get back to work. So we got that part out of the way. Now, listen. This news is always getting funky, and I'd like to start it off with a little bit of sports. And the NFL always manages to get right at the top of the list. So guess what? We all know that Tom Brady will be back at it for the 2022-23 season. How do we feel about this? Everybody that's out there on Facebook Live, if you will, I'm going to try to read it because, I got a lot going on since I'm doing this by myself today. But listen to me. How do we feel about, the back and forth? And do we feel like he even really ever said that he was going to tap out? Or did he just prelude to the fact that this may be his last season? I think that he's always doing this. I don't think that he's ready to sit down. As long as he's still in good spirits and good health, I think we're going to have Tom around for a couple of years to come. I don't think that this next year is going to be the last year either. Quote that, remember that I said that I think that he will be back even after this. Okay. Now, in other news, Barack Obama, our former president, contracted COVID. And you guys were acting like this was some big, huge deal. Almost everybody has had some form, some strain of the COVID virus. Okay. Everybody has had it. He is vaccinated. He will be fine, I'm sure. And if he's not, that was his life and that was how the cookie crumbled. I hate to say it that way. Let's stop getting so worked up about this. Now it's really not a point of who's got it, it's when are you gonna get it. I did see that, just like I was talking about at the Crosby Zydeco Festival, that they will be doing testing. I found it very, very odd. Y'all know I love Bar 5015. I found it very odd that I could not get in the door about a week ago without walking through a vaccination tent. It was odd for me. It was real odd. So of course I gave them the credentials that they required to be able to get into the club. But I don't know if I feel comfortable with randoms swabbing my nose. I don't know if that's a thing that I would like to participate in. I guess I'm glad I'm at the age where if it comes to a point and I need to sit down, I'm going to do just that. I'm just saying, if I got to get tested every time I walk inside of a business, I'm not for it. I'm sorry. I'm not for it. If I have to do that, that's a problem for me. But anyway, we've also been watching the news and everybody has been talking about Ukraine, Ukraine, Ukraine. Okay. I found a story that I felt like was really, really interesting when it came to the Ukraine, because I did not know, even though they are right now, and I'm going to say this too. Most people say that, they're not in full on, this is not a full on war yet, that, they haven't actually invaded Ukraine. Otherwise, the US is going to come to help. When it comes to NATO and the United Nations, I really feel like if you did not join, you should not be helped. I hate that people are dying. I hate that, families are being torn apart by this. I hate that media is being taken advantage of when it comes to this. But, there are so many years that have gone into the process of building, an alliance of people for situations like this. Take advantage of it. But when it comes to their president, let me tell you guys something. When it comes to their president, I think that this has a lot to do with what's been going on. I know that you didn't realize that he's actually a very, very unlikely hero, ladies and gentlemen. The president of Ukraine, which I do not want to mispronounce his name, his first name, but his last name is Zelensky. And he became a global hero because he was a really, really good person. I know that y'all are not going to believe this. You can Google me, you can go search it, but I really, really like to get into things like this when I'm looking up information and somebody, shared this with me. I think it was in the New York Times, and he started out as a comedian. So he knows absolutely nothing about war, about running a country, if you will, except for the fact that he's trying to do the best thing for his country. So national heroes sometimes have humble political origins, which this guy definitely had. Like I said, he was a comedian. Out of all things, somebody that laughed about life, that was enjoyable, and now he is full on president of a country. Okay. In today's newsletter, when they were talking about Mr. Zelensky, they did a brief profile on him and kind of dug into his background. Many people have heard about him, just only in these recent weeks, but people knew him first as a comedian. I just kind of thought that was funny, and he's kind of like the Benny Hill type comedian. You guys definitely need to go check out this story. I'm not going to get too far into it because I don't have anybody to banter with back and forth, but I thought that was really, really interesting. He's also Jewish. All of this says Putin come jump all over me. He thinks that he can muscle him into, submitting, if you will, because he feels like he does not have any experience. And this is where we are right now. Let me know your thoughts in regards to America getting involved in this war. I know that we have troops that are in the surrounding areas there just in case they need to help. But do you think that they should go ahead and get involved, get this whole thing squashed, go to war with Russia and maybe some other countries that come to Russian aid? Where do you think we should stand on this? I know a lot of people, have, split feelings about this, which I did at first. But again, if you are not a part of the alliance, if you're not part of the group that is here to protect, if you will, should we aid these people? They gave them, military weapons to help them defend themselves. Should we mind our own business? I don't know. What do you think? I want to know what you think. Please post your comments right now. And I'm going to take time and I'm going to read some comments. If we have any down in there, I need to be able to get on there. Let me see right quick what we got there. I am now going to, I'm just saying, a last page. And I suggest again, please share this with everybody. So when it comes to times like this, I can have some people to talk to, because I like talking to you and I like hearing your opinions. So let me see what I have here in regards to the comments. Okay. Oh, it says most of the new leaders don't have any political origins. Do you know, do you think that that's what we're moving into? People are more trusting of people who've been out here in the world, because we've taken so much away and we've given so much disrespect to presidencies, if you will. Do you think that that's kind of where we're going in the future? I think that, Obama was the last president that people even, try. Well, no, he wasn't the last. The president before him was the last, because they were overly disrespectful throughout his entire presidency. Even with Donald Trump, I think that he fell into the mindset where he was, because why? You didn't want to listen. Y'all talked about him so bad. Do we respect, the president nowadays? All these countries have presidents, that clearly come from comedic backgrounds. Do we respect those seats anymore like we used to? It says we have our own problems as a country, so getting to other countries shit is really not what we need to do. I do think we have tons of problems that need to be resolved here. And like I said, what do we do? So I'm not going to stay on Ukraine too long, because I know you're probably tired of seeing it on CNN, running all day. But this is what happens when we are in time of war. So if you have a comment that you would like to post in regards not only to the president being a comedian, but whether or not we should be involved in this war at all, please post your comments to Facebook Live. Now, Instagram, while we're talking about social media platforms, Instagram has also prohibited use to Russians after an outrage behind a hate message. Somebody took to Instagram and posted that they hated the Russians. They wish that they wouldn't be doing this. It was a Ukrainian citizen, and all those types of things are supposed to be filtered and stopped, if you will, right? Because they stop you from saying all types of, hate things toward races and protected classes, if you will. And here we are, this post made it through, and Instagram is supporting their decision in allowing it to go through, because they're in a time of war. Do we think that this is correct? If you're going to shut one thing down, you should shut it down, all down, or should we have free speech across the board? This is, I'm just saying, and I am a believer in free speech. I would rather know how you really feel about me. I would rather you not be hiding behind these filters and things that are taking your real comments out, so that I can know whether or not I need to be following your page. Okay. If you are somebody who believes in the same things that I believe in, of course, that's what I want to do. That's the people that I want to follow, and I would stay away from the others. This is the next thing. Do we really believe that this war is the cause of these high gas prices, or were we in a recession and nobody wanted to admit it? I have been saying for months and months and months that we are already here. When people were investing in these stocks, I said, make sure that you pay attention, be careful. Also, invest in things that you support and use. Gas prices are not going to stop rising anytime soon. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there and you've been buying these purses and handbags, you better sell them on Poshmark so you can buy some gas, because it is not changing. I don't think that it's going to change anytime soon. Now, we did have a decrease this morning out here in Houston, which was about 20 cents, which is amazing. So if you're out there and you passing by some gas stations, today is probably the day that you need to go fill up your tank so that you can get to work for the rest of the week. If you have been one of the people that's been all over social media complaining about the gas prices, okay? If you've been one of those people that's been going and complaining about the gas prices, you definitely need to probably go fill up today, because we did have a little bit of a decrease. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know what's up next. After we talk the news and we talk the real, it is time for us to be able to do just a little bit of our entertainment news. Okay, so now we've gotten the real news out of the way. Those were some really big topics that we have, that are lingering out there. And I am going to jump right into entertainment news. Let me see if I can get this up myself. Give me 1 second. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to do my desktop. Let's make sure that it comes up. While I'm doing that, remember, ladies and gentlemen, to follow your dreams. Okay, I need you to make sure that you follow your dreams when it comes to certain things out there. Everybody has a dream. A very close friend of mine is right now, we've been pushing this basketball agenda, and there is coming up this May, there's going to be a showcase out in Denver, Colorado. If you have a women's team or know of a women's team that would like to participate in this, I really need you to contact Denver Dynasty. You can find them on social media, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to make sure I do my best in supporting, because, this is a friend of mine, and I want to be able to support and make sure that we all are doing the right things when it comes to supporting our friends, if you will. So let me see if I can get this up. I'm going to share my screen. Let's see if we can get on there. Oh, I've got my timer on, because that means we are getting close to, let's see, open system. Adobe. Not that bad. Oh. I am so sorry. Give me 1 second. Cancel password. Zoom needs that. All right. Here we go. Let me make sure that my screen is sharing before I start talking. This would be the perfect time for you to share this video. I'm going to copy the link and share it myself as well to my other Facebook. Let me see. So my screen is not sharing. Let's get back over here to this one. Well, I did it too. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if we can get over there. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am sharing my screen, and this is going to be Tennille's version of entertainment news. By no way am I Miss Bridget, but I'm sure that she'll be back with her entertainment news. Now, let's talk about first. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Jolene. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, listen. Dolly Parton wants Beyonce to cover one of her most popular songs. How do we feel about this? I'm just saying, listeners. I know that several African Americans feel like even when she did it with Whitney Houston, remaking one of her songs, it gave her all this popularity. You know that she had another insurgence of money, just like now. People are clicking on Dolly's name because she brought up Beyonce. That goes to show just how much weight this girl's name has. Beyonce, what are you going to do? I have no idea. It may be a very good look for you to cover this song. Does Beyonce need it? Nah. Does Dolly probably need it? Nah, she's on her way out too. I think she may have just seen that this artist was somebody that she really wanted to be able to cover this song. I don't know. I need to know what y'all think. Or do you think that this is another person who's trying to capitalize on the success of an African American? What do we think? Why you asking right now for this to happen? Okay, I don't know. So before it looks like my internet is about to do something weird, but we're going to keep making sure that we go through this. Now, I hope that you see the picture that I chose in regards to Kanye West and his latest rant. Okay, was it a rant or was it true concern? Kanye goes on this rant about his daughter and her TikTok activity. Okay, listen, let me tell you. I chose this because he very much so looks like a family man. Do you guys feel like he really cared about his daughter and the situation that was going on with her TikTok? Because we know that her mom, hey, how you doing? Our next special guest, ladies and gentlemen, has popped on. Johnathan is there. Don't let him bother you while we're talking about this entertainment news. And then we're going to introduce him to everybody, okay? So do you feel like Kanye was ranting? Or was he really concerned? I think Kanye is really concerned about a lot of issues, okay? I think he is truly concerned. And I wanted to show a picture where he's there with the family. He looks like he's caring. I did not want to show you these weirdo pictures of him. He is still very much a guy. And I hate that the media portrays him the way he is. I think he's overly passionate, but we know a lot of music artists are that way, okay? So, what do you think? Post it on Facebook. I would love to hear what you have to say about that. Up next. Shatelia Riley Irving. Okay, now we do see Irving, that last name. Okay, we talked about this just briefly. Kyrie Irving decided to hire his stepmother, ladies and gentlemen, as his what is it, not publicist, as the very first agent in the NBA. Okay, we're having first still in 2022. It's okay. I'm glad that he made this move. We all know that he needs somebody who is definitely in his corner, and maybe this is somebody that he felt like he could really trust. He's kind of moved around just a little bit, and it is what it is. I'm glad that he gave her this opportunity. I hope that it works out. Maybe he was following in LeBron's footsteps, putting family members and friends on the team. Let's pray that it works out just as well. All righty. All right. So every single week, Brigitte gives us an affirmation minute. I'm going to give you just a little bit here. And I want to say, focus on your goals, not the obstacles. I chose this really rocky picture because things have been quite rocky for me. So if you're going through one of those periods in your life where things are kind of shaky and you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, remember, don't focus on those obstacles. Make sure that you remember what the goal is and do everything that you need to do to be able to get there. And I'm going to tell you this, our very special guest that we have on here is going to tell us about some obstacles that he faced in regards to getting to where he's going. Before we do that, though, I'm going to jump right in to our movie scoop because I'm going to get this right out of the way so that we can talk to our guests. Now, listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. I had the opportunity of watching The Batman 2022. I had kind of tapped out on the Batman series because things were getting a little dark for me. Batman, wasn't getting lively. He's still not getting any sex on these movies, okay? And this does not disappoint. The movie was good, and I was very happy to see Miss Kravitz in the show, okay? So, as his co-star. And so I really, really liked it in regards to, does it keep true to Batman? Yes, it was dark. It reminded me a lot of the Joker, where he was depressed in this last movie. I wish they would lighten the Batman up a little bit, but I guess that's kind of his MO. So everybody, please go check out the Batman 2022. And that's our movie scoop. So I am going to stop sharing my screen, and I am going to invite my special guest, Mr. Johnathan Mark, to pop right back on this screen. I hope that you can hear me. I also need you to unmute yourself. All right. How are you doing, Johnathan? Welcome to the show.
Hey.
I'm out
Hey,
here
good
live
morning.
at the rodeo, so you're going to see a lot of stuff going on behind me, okay?
I
So
see.
it'll be okay.
It's all good. It's all good. Thanks for having me. Good morning.
So tell everybody about Trill on Wheels, ladies and gentlemen. There's a new business that we've got going on, and I'm very happy. I hate that I missed it this weekend because I really wanted to be there. For people who know me, I like to get out there. I like to be on the scene, and I definitely like to exercise in the process. So tell us a little bit about yourself and Trill on Wheels.
Yeah, for sure. So Trill on Wheels. My name is Johnathan Mark. I'm the chief disruptor, and we're doing groundbreaking work here. Trill on Wheels is the ultimate Houston hip hop experience. We're blending the legacies of DJ Screw, Slim Thug, Little Kiki, Megan Thee Stallion, Paul Wall, with Houston nightlife and life fitness. It's a 2-hour BYOB tour throughout Third Ward. You'll listen to our curated playlists, you'll play Trill trivia, you'll compete in trap karaoke, and we also make 2 bar stops. This is support of the locally owned Black businesses in the neighborhood, because that's really important to us as well. So it's just an awesome way to celebrate life's biggest moments, and it's just a great thing to do. Like you said, you want to get out and have some life fitness and be outdoors. It's perfect for springtime, summertime, and all that. So
a lot of people all through the pandemic were complaining about being able to get outside. I was encouraging people to stay in their social bubble. This is one of the ways that you can be outside. You can have a party. You can have all your friends there, a small group, if you will, that you respect and trust to be able to take care of themselves. So let me say this, all of this going on, you decided to start a business. You stayed true to the city. You went to Third Ward. Tell us a little bit about that decision-making process, because we love highlighting, kind of the challenges that small business owners face.
For sure. So we chose particularly, and I say we, my wife and I, we chose Third Ward in particular because it's, it's one of our favorite neighborhoods in the city. Growing up here in Houston.
Same, and I'm from Dallas, so.
Exactly. So, just growing up here in Houston, it was like the Black epicenter, to where we would see, a lot of the wealthier Black families, the politicians, the attorneys, the physicians. A lot of those families would be centered around Third Ward. So whether you're at Wheeler Avenue Baptist Church, you're at Frenchie's Chicken, it has a lot of like historical landmarks with TSU and all that. So it just meant a lot for us to kind of align ourselves with that legacy. And this, with this central location near the downtown and midtown, it just made sense for the type of business that we're launching. So
Okay. So when you were planning, when you were thinking it all out, you and your wife, pen to paper, how much work did it take getting this truck, the bike up and running? Because that's a machine, basically, when you think about it. Or is there a place that people go and just purchase it? How did y'all even find out where to go get anything,
So my wife and I were inspired last January 2021 by a party bike company out in Nashville. So they really kind of laid it out as far as how to operate, how to kind of navigate this new industry. My background is in marketing, not in party bike operations. So it was just a ton of learning curves for myself, as, I had to kind of learn how to operate in this new world. challenges every single day. Like there was not a day that went by last year, and even now, that I was up against the wall and had to kind of figure things out on the fly. So there isn't just, like a marketplace for party bikes. So, I'm calling folks in Seattle and in Iowa and Indiana and Florida, and we're making trips to
So
see party bikes
there's a
in
lesson
person.
in that right there as well.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, do not be afraid to go outside of your circle, even though they chose to run their business right here in Houston, in the heart of Third Ward, where
Yeah.
everything is fun and popping. Okay,
Yeah.
so remember that when y'all go book your tour.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is fun and popping, but they did have to branch out and make connections in other areas, and that's one of the things that I try to encourage people. That's why I'm traveling all the time. Connect with other people. There are other people with your same interest and things like that. And once you make those connections, you may even get a better price than you would in your home area, if I must say so myself. When it comes to business and you're doing things like this and you decided to do something that you haven't seen in the area, you said you have a marketing background. What did it take to kind of get it out to the right people, to start booking those parties?
Well, one of the things that I noticed from the other party bike companies across the country is they were very cookie cutter. Like you can replace one logo with another concept and nobody would be able to tell the difference.
Oh, wow.
So as a marketer, I know that niche marketing is really important. It's really key. Being able to have competitive separation, being able to have be able to separate yourself and have like a very distinguished look about your product is going to be key. So that's why we focused on the hip hop party bike. And we really wanted to focus on Houston hip hop and really make it localized and hyper local. So, from our curated design with the swangers, the rims, to our candy painted vinyl wrap, to our mural that is painted on both sides of the bike, to our neon lights and all that.
Did you have a special artist do the mural?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I had the concept in my head, but I partnered with the guy Mike at Houston Halos, who has been absolutely awesome for us. We partnered together. He brought our vision to life and was able to get the bike design like I kind of pictured it in my head. Mm-hmm. But like definitely we wanted to have like a niche and hyper focus on how we present ourselves to the world. So that's, something that I kind of learned from my marketing background. Like I didn't want to just have a standard party bike experience. This is culture on wheels. Gotcha. So that's how we kind of separate ourselves.
We've been talking a lot about culture today. We were just talking to the owner of the Crosby Zydeco Festival a little bit earlier. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are just tuning in to I'm Just Saying, whether it be on Facebook Live or on YouTube, this is Mr. Johnathan Mark. He is the owner of Trill on Wheels in Third Ward, Texas. Now, where can they find you guys on social media if they want to book their tour?
Yeah, for sure. So our Instagram and TikTok is Trill on Wheels, no underscores, no spaces, no whatever. It's just Trill on Wheels. Just look us up. We're also online at www.trillonwheels.com, where you can actually book your tours. So you can find us all over. Yeah, we have a lot of content that we're pushing out on a daily basis. So we're really trying to do as much engagement with our audience as possible.
Okay, now we're back to the business conversation.
Yeah,
I know this. I'm gonna stay here. Look, no.
I love it. Yeah.
So, when you were partnering with these companies that you decided to stop with, did you get a lot of pushback from the people in the area, or was it something that they were inviting and wanted you guys to be a part of?
Well, it was a mutual benefit type of relationship because the two bar stops that we chose, it made sense as far as like the route that I wanted to do in Third Ward. And we're bringing like a constant influx of customers to them. So, we have 3 tours on Thursdays and Fridays, and then 5 tours on Saturdays and Sundays. Mm-hmm. Each party bike itself hosts 13 folks. So we're bringing, a couple of dozen of new customers to their locations every single day. So that's, really beneficial for them. And then, for us, we wanted to support other locally owned Black businesses. We wanted to give our riders this opportunity to kind of stretch their legs, get another drink, and just have fun and kind of explore Third Ward. So both bar owners of 5015 and the Savoy on Emancipation, as soon as I told them about what I wanted to do last year, they signed up. They're like, yeah, come on. What do we need to
Yes.
do? How can we support you? So it was all love from the start.
Okay, well, I absolutely love that, the community working together, because they're always
Yeah.
saying that we can't work together. So I'm glad that you
Yeah.
reached out. I'm glad that you included those businesses, because
Definitely.
after COVID, everybody is trying to find new ways to make money. So what made you guys decide to even start doing this?
For sure, for sure. So again, like I said, my wife and I were inspired by a Nashville party company. This is January
But
2021.
that okay,
And
so you say that, and you're saying that you were inspired by that.
Mhm.
But I want to know is what made you decide to leave corporate America, or the rat race, if you will? What made you
Oh,
put together
yeah.
and say, I want to have my own business?
Well, I left the rat race in 2015.
Okay.
So yeah. I've been an entrepreneur since then. I started in, my main thing has been real estate
Okay.
since 2015, exactly. And the true inspiration there is Nipsey Hussle.
Okay.
So I'm not sure, how familiar your audience is with Nipsey, but he had a mixtape in 2013 called Crenshaw.
Okay.
Mixtapes are generally free, but he sold his mixtapes for $100 each. And then Jay-Z bought 1,000 of them. And,
Wow.
so me reading about that story in the blogs was really like, man, he's really changing the model about, consumerism in music. He's not just giving away free music, he's charging folks because it's quality. And the more I listened to his music and, heard him through interviews, I understood the value that I brought to the marketplace. And that kind of inspired me to have more faith and confidence in myself to kind of branch off and do my own thing. So yeah, I've been an entrepreneur since 2015,
So
and I'm not looking back.
it sounds like your story is kind of close to mine, because it's more about knowing your own worth. When you get to
Yeah.
that point and you realize I could be making this money on my own,
Yeah.
and it could be all mine, and I can live my life the way I want to, in regards to having a family and different things like that, having time for your family. Ladies and gentlemen, here at I'm Just Saying, I'm always telling you, find something that you love to do with people you love to do it with, and push forward. Find something that you can do on your own, even if you're not ready to walk away, because I know a lot of people like a steady paycheck. Entrepreneurship is not always that. Look, but
Not at
when
all.
it
Not
is,
at all.
it is great. So I just want to applaud you guys for
Thank you.
putting your stuff together, getting it together. So I got some more stuff I want to ask about this Trill on Wheels, because I saw the video. It looked like everybody was dancing and having fun. But what do you do when you run across a person who is really not into that style of hip hop?
Yeah, for sure. So I would hope that the experience opens their minds up to, this new genre. We are primarily focused on Houston hip hop, but for our private parties, like I've had some calls come in, and they want to hear, some oldies, and they want to hear R&B and stuff like that. So for our private parties, we will adjust to them, because we want to make sure that their birthday parties, their bachelorette parties, it's something that they want to enjoy. It's their experience. So we will, alter our playlist a little bit. But at the core, we're going to be Houston hip hop. That's what's really important to what we're bringing to the marketplace.
Yeah, and I think it's really important that you stick to your brand, because a lot of people, are unapologetically themselves, and that's why the name of this show is I'm Just Saying. I'm gonna give my opinion. I don't care if you like it. I don't care if you don't like it. That's for you to take and decide what you want to do with it. Look.
Yeah. You gotta be, really in tune with the core of your product, and really stick to those principles. A lot of folks are going to kind of steer you different ways, but if I allow those folks to kind of steer me different ways from the beginning, there will be no Trill on Wheels. So yeah. Okay,
so do you have any special events coming up that you would like to invite people out to?
For sure. So we want to, we're live and open, and we're fully launched. So if you have a birthday party, a bachelorette party, if you just want to celebrate being alive, we have bookings available for the month of March. We're doing 50% off if you use the promo code March Madness. So just go on our website, trillonwheels.com, use that promo code. We have a few availabilities left in the month. But yeah, we want everybody to come out and experience this Trill experience. So yeah.
Okay, now, do you have a ton of different bikes? Like, are there different ones we can choose from? Like, can I get a green or a hot pink, or like, how does that work?
Not yet, not yet.
Okay,
That
okay.
is in the works for sure,
I'll
for sure.
slow down. I'll slow down.
Yeah. But you know, my mindset is all about scaling and growth. So I'm already thinking 5 years ahead and how we can have this a broad impact on the country. So,
Okay.
but that is part of, you know, our growth plan for sure. But we're not there just yet.
Okay. Well, Johnathan, I have had a pleasure talking to you today. Trill on Wheels, everybody. Make sure you go out, you book your tour, you have fun with your friends, your family, and maybe meet some people that you don't know. How about that? You know, this is all about making connections. I'm very glad that we made this connection. I'm gonna definitely get over there, okay? Because my husband and I, we were looking forward to coming. This is a couple's date too, y'all. You can do it with your partner. There's no excuses here. This seems like something you can turn every which way, unless you don't have no feet. Look.
If you don't have any feet, you can sit on a bench. We got a bench and on the back of the bike.
He got it, y'all. He got it for us. That's what I'm talking about right there. Have a plan for everything. Thank you so much for joining. I'm just saying today, ladies and gentlemen, you stick right there, because just a second, we're going to be talking about Tennille's touchy subjects. By any chance, do you have, this is leading into my touchy subject, do you guys have children yet?
We just had our first. He's 4 months old. Yeah.
Yes, and a boy. Well, congratulations. Thank you so much for coming on today. Tell them one more time where they can follow you guys on social media.
Trill on Wheels on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And our website is trillonwheels.com. Thank y'all so much for having me, and look forward to partying with y'all.
Can't wait to see.
For sure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all need to go check that out first hand. Okay, that's the only way to be able to do it. You need to get over there. You need to have a little bit of fun. I know you've been sitting in that house watching that TV, rolling over on that couch, eating them potato chips. Time is now. Summertime fun is right around the corner. If you can do something like this and be active and be out in your community and support these businesses all at the same time, I'm definitely going to have to get over there and see what they've got going on at Trill on Wheels. I can't say it enough. Trill on Wheels, Trill on Wheels. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time, you know, of course, for me to get into Tennille's touchy subjects. Now, you know, for this segment of the show, I need somebody on here to talk with, you know, to banter back and forth with. I asked that young man whether or not he had a kid for a very special reason. This touchy subject has to do with a kid, okay? I don't really know. There's not really a story behind this, but I know a lot of people have kind of seen it, you know, go across their Facebooks and this, that, and the other. But I wanted to know, because this has become a subject that's going around now, and, you know, things that are popping up. And we've got about, you know, a couple minutes left here in the show. Hey, Anthony, thank you so much for joining. Can you hear me good?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
All righty. So here we are. He's going to be joining us for Tennille's touchy subjects today. And I needed this. I need you to know this, Anthony. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Here it is. My baby mama. Now, this is very simple, so I don't want you guys to miss this. And I do have my graphic, but I don't feel like trying to start and share my screen again. That was a lot. But at least I got through it. Listen, my baby mama signed the paperwork for my 8-year-old daughter to receive BBL surgery. If you don't know what BBL is, that means Brazilian butt lift surgery. Mr. Thomas. Mr. Thomas.
What?
I am super happy you do not have baby mama drama.
Amen.
If your baby mama was to take your 8-year-old daughter to the doctor, sign and confirm on paperwork, schedule an appointment for her to have a Brazilian butt lift, how would that go down in your house?
That'll be a serious problem. First of all, you didn't even try to talk to me about this. And then you're going to take a child, talking about a child need a booty lift? Come on, man. They don't do that.
In the post, it said that she talked her mother into signing the paperwork as if she is the one running the house.
They don't do that in the United States. Where is this at? What country is this?
It's the United States.
Oh my God.
I could not see a doctor signing off on this. There would have to be some medical explanation for why they would allow an 8-year-old to get a BBL surgery. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to take it to Facebook right now, and I would love for you to post a comment as to, would you let your 8-year-old daughter, whether her mother signed off on it or not, get a Brazilian butt lift? Okay, I'm gonna go to Facebook right now.
No.
You didn't give the people time to respond. Listen, so somebody has already posted it in the comments and said, doctors be wanting that money. I'm just saying, I guess they say there's nothing wrong because there are different ones. Some of them are not as abrasive, and it's just like getting a shot. So I guess if you're down with getting your kid the vaccine, you're down with getting some injections.
No, that's a baby.
I'm gonna tell you this, that's a baby. We don't know what that butt is gonna look like when it gets 20, let alone 30, let alone 60. Okay. I am wondering what people are gonna do when everybody is starting to hit 60. They've gotten these butt lifts and they wish that their butt would just sag. Because the skin is going to be sagging around. The skin is going to be sagging around, whatever they have going on, and you still gonna have the booty pop. I'm not interested in looking at anybody at 60 years old where we can see that meat is still hanging up there. I don't care how you try to squeeze or tuck that fat skin, the hanging skin in those jeans. When you get 80 years old, I'm sure you're not gonna be worrying about that butt. So it says, let me see. Oh, it says these grown asses look horrible when they get them now. We were just talking about this, ladies and gentlemen. We were walking through the rodeo. Remember, there were 73,000 paid viewers at the rodeo, and we saw so many bad butt jobs during Black Heritage Night at the rodeo. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all are out here doing the fool. There are so many of you that should have just kept your original butt. Because now you need to be shifted, you need to be fixed. You got, all kinds of things going on. I need to fix you myself, but I can't, has nothing to do with me. But I think that Anthony and I are definitely both going to be in agreement when it comes to this touchy subject. I don't care what your baby mama did. I don't care if you have to kidnap your own child, because that's what they're going to consider it. Once you tell them what you have going on, they're going to be okay. Because I think this is child endangerment, especially if she's going underneath the knife.
Yes, everybody, all of them need to be locked up.
Would you say they all need to?
And that child need her butt whooped, talking about she want a booty lift.
Right, because this also shows that there has not been any rearing going on. She's definitely not afraid of a whooping because they're not afraid of busting her booty implants. So we know that she's probably not going through any of that. She's probably very spoiled. And even if she's not, there has to be a medical explanation for this. I would be okay with it if there was some kind of medical reason that she needed it. Other than that, I'm out. I'm just saying, I think that Anthony feels exactly the same way. Any other comments you got to add to this?
I couldn't hear you. Say it again.
Is there any other comments that you would like to add to this? Because I can't see this ever going down in my house.
No, I don't see it going down in anybody's house.
Well, it happens all the time because I wanted to add this piece. With these transgender surgeries, they're getting done younger and younger. All of this is body augmentation. So is it really any different? If you're allowing your child to decide what sex it wants to be, it's kind of the same thing.
Do you see my face?
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you have enjoyed yet another wonderful episode of I'm Just Saying Live. I'm your host, Simply.Tennille. There's my special guest, Mr. Thomas, and I'm going to get out of here. I really do hope that you enjoyed the show today, and maybe, or maybe not. We'll see Bridget next week. Ladies and gentlemen, see you guys later. This is I'm Just Saying Live. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.